You're listening to the Sans Pants Network.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Plumbing the Death Star. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
I'm also Joel.
And I'm joking, but I'm good now. I fixed it.
Oh, nice.
And Plumbing the Death Star is a comedy pop culture podcast where we ask important questions. And sometimes we aren't the ones that, well, I mean, I always ask them.
Yeah.
But sometimes we're not the ones who think of
We
them.
don't come up with them. Yeah.
And this question was actually submitted via a subscription service in our Discord by TheDamBeaver.
Yeah.
And TheDamBeaver wants to know, how would we steal the moon?
So the damn beaver is referring to Gru of Despicable Me fame, and I would like to steal the moon. That's not how he sounds. It's close enough.
Close enough.
It's close, and he steals the moon. It's very elaborate, but in the end, he does it with a shrink ray.
Okay.
He shrinks the moon, then he has the moon, then he gives it to someone.
I actually know about this, boys, but the moon, famously, big.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's going to be a problem.
I forgot that that's how he stole the moon, because that was my plan.
You can do it too.
wow.
Well, my plan was slightly different.
But let's hear
But
your
I'll
plan.
go first
Oh, yeah.
since
Yeah.
Look.
I've been influenced by
What you're
Gru.
doing is, you're seeing his plan
Yeah.
and you're improving upon it.
Yeah. Well,
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Okay, so
So basically, also just before we go into my plan, which it does sound like I've stolen directly from Gru, but it was successful.
yeah.
And then he feels bad and puts it back.
He had to give it to another guy from memory.
He owed someone the moon?
To get his daughters back or some shit.
Well, because just before we started recording,
Yeah.
I was like, why does he steal them? I was like, how does he adopt the daughters again? And you were like, it's for tax purposes, I think. And then I was like, what? And then you were like, yeah, and the reason he steals the moon is because he's stealing it from his neighbor.
I looked it up. That's not
That's-
strictly correct.
Neither of those things are true.
Is he stealing the
He
moon?
wants to steal the moon.
Yes.
Gru. But before he can do it, he goes to the bank. And at the bank, they say, if you want to steal the moon, first you need to steal the shrink ray to get a loan.
Okay.
And then he goes to steal the shrink ray, but his neighbor Vector steals it first. And he's like, well, I got to get that shrink ray back from Vector. And he tries to get in, but he can't. But then he sees three girls selling cookies.
Yeah.
And they can get in. And so he's like, well, I'll pretend to be a dentist and adopt those girls. And then in the end,
So it's not for tax purposes.
it's not for tax purposes,
It's for
even
thief
slightly.
purpose.
Yeah, it's for steal. It's for getting into his neighbor, but it is for getting into his neighbor's house.
Okay.
On that, I was correct.
And Vector hasn't stolen the moon?
No, but
Gru's not stealing the moon from Vector?
No, but they are in competition with each other, and I guess hazy here, but I think maybe Vector steals the moon because he knows Gru wants to steal the moon.
Isn't it
So
like
Vector does steal the moon.
Well, no, he steals the moon. Gru gives him the moon.
Because isn't it kind of like, if I can steal the moon, I'm proving myself to
Yeah.
be like greatest super
Well, it's
villain,
because-
and then I will go into the super villain.
And-
At the beginning,
The
Vector.
bank. Let's talk about this.
yes.
He
It's
goes-
the bank of evil. It's a bad guy bank.
Okay.
Which is where presumably we're getting our loans for
Yes.
stealing the moon. But also at the beginning, Vector steals the pyramids of Egypt just right out from under Gru, so he's pissed. So he's trying to one up him by stealing the moon. So they're in competition.
Yeah.
And he shrinks the moon, gives it to Vector, bada bing, bada boom, gets it back probably. Minions, banana. And we're all good.
So
do we get the minions?
Well, no, I was going to assume that we're in competition.
Yeah,
with
no.
these
Okay,
two guys.
feckle. Yeah.
So yeah, basically my plan,
Yeah.
forgetting that a shrink ray was involved. Mine doesn't use a shrink ray per se,
Go on.
What could you mean by that?
but it does
Yeah,
use
okay.
the same make the moon little math.
By not using a shrink
So
ray.
we're gonna need an expanding ray, because I was like,
making
I don't
the
know
Earth
how to
big?
get to space, but
Right.
if we make the Earth really big, the moon's just there, and it also won't be that big anymore because we're big. We make Earth big, and then the moon, which seems
Are
big
we making
now,
Earth and everything on
yeah,
Earth big?
everything's
Okay.
getting big.
Okay. I was scared that you were going to make Earth big,
And leave
but
people-
leave us the same size, and then the moon just crashes into an empty desert, and you're like, well, it's mine, and no one can say shit. But that's okay. If we're big as well,
all right,
Yeah.
So
then you're imagining you could just pluck the moon out of the sky.
Sort of, or at least like I would be able to do. do something to contain it. Well, if everything's big, then
Yeah.
the moon's not.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Yes.
Sure.
If everything's big, the moon is not because the moon is not
even
everything.
if it's still like
Yeah.
football stadium sized, I could then just build a bunker, and then when we get big, the moon lines up with the bunker, goes in the bunker.
So you're,
I get the
so
moon.
you're going to be there. You're going to make okay.
Like
I'm
catch
imagining
the
Yeah,
moon.
yeah, yeah. I'm imagining you. You're standing there. You've put on your baseball catcher
Yeah.
mitt. You've like timed it, like lined it up right. You press the button.
Everything
is
starts getting big,
including
yeah.
you. And so as you're going towards the moon,
Yeah.
you're like, and yoink, it's
Yes.
How quickly is the Earth expanding?
I'm
Are you going to be
thinking-
doing this and the moon's just going to rocket through your hand?
No, it'll expand slower than that.
What happens when the moon? So right now the moon is inside Earth's gravitational pull. But it's in like a place where if it was any closer, it would start spiraling into Earth.
And also, if you increase the mass of the Earth,
Does the moon
what
just stay the same
Well-
distance away?
well, no, the Earth, I'm assuming, becomes denser,
Yes, that's
which
true.
means then the moon
Greater
comes
gravitational
closer.
Yeah, which is good because
good for
that's what I
you.
want.
I think
then
you're gonna
there's-
have this weird scenario where the Earth gets bigger and spins. The moon is gonna not only
Like
hit, but kind of
slingshot?
get pulled, like, drag a furrow into the Earth.
Mine.
Or slingshot.
Or slingshot into like I don't know, into Venus.
It becomes Venus's moon.
Yeah, it just knocks.
Fuck, no moon.
I guess we're gonna have to get bigger.
Get growing.
Get bigger, make Venus our moon.
Yeah, steal Venus.
Get
What?
so close to the sun,
I can steal the sun.
like that famous Icarus.
Yeah. What happens if Earth's bigger than the sun?
I imagine.
Gets cold.
Not good.
It gets cold except where the sun directly is.
Well, so imagine Earth's bigger than the sun, but people have increased in size too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big's a guy?
Big
now?
guys are huge. Getting the moon, really, you having the moon is no longer of consequence.
Yeah.
Because Gru is being like, what is happening to my body? Who is doing this? My girls!
He'd be so
He's
worried about his
scared.
girls.
He's worried about his children.
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting big.
My tax purposes.
I got you for tax purposes. I'll reveal that now because we're dying. It's a good thing to reveal to your kid
Yeah.
as you die. Yeah. Well, if a person.
You are the mistake. You are a scheme. But I love you now, my girls.
I have grown to love you, my girls. What happens to the human body if it gets really big?
Well,
Because you're getting real big, but you're getting real
You're staying
big
in proportion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but
nothing.
no, but the human
but
body.
everything is becoming in
No, because
proportion,
like the
right?
fucking if you got a guy who's too big now,
Yeah.
the human heart's like fuck. But if the human heart's bigger, like a horse,
Yeah, and
it's
the,
fine.
Okay.
Didn't the guy get
No,
too big?
I'm now thinking of the Australian hero Farlap.
Oh, yeah.
Our hero horse.
Yeah,
Wasn't
greatest
his
horse.
heart so big? Problems?
No.
Wasn't that what made him race so good?
Or is
No.
that what made him race so good?
Wasn't his?
Because he had a heart, you say he had a heart as big as Fall.
Yeah, heart the size
To me, he
of
was-
Farlap.
he was really lovely.
Yeah, but like his
He was
heart's
just
in,
a horse who could love real good.
Yeah, but isn't his heart in New Zealand?
Yeah, they split his body up across this beautiful
That's what
country.
you do with heroes.
Yeah, that's true. We
Especially
got the rest, didn't we?
The whole horse.
We got the horse. New Zealand got the heart.
And someone got the brain. I
Because
can only assume.
you can go and see the body of the Farlap in
Yeah.
a museum, and it's great to do.
Yeah.
It's good to see a horse on display.
I know,
Yeah.
it's good to be like, that horse? That was a fast fucking
That
That
was
horse
fast.
was such a good horse that the Americans killed it.
Yeah.
That's right.
They were like,
We gotta kill
fuck
that
this
damn
horse. It's going to become too powerful.
Yeah.
The same reason they killed JFK.
Exactly, dude.
That is crazy. The CIA should stop killing people, I reckon.
Yeah, stop
And
killing
horses.
horses and men. Yeah.
Of
So-
horse and men. Is there anything in that?
Of horse and men.
Think about the horses.
Think about the horse. Is there patting a horse? Yes.
Look at the
Oh,
horse.
look at this man. He's so big. When he pats a horse, he caves in its skull. Oh, shit.
Oh wait, so Lenny's patted a horse too
Yeah.
hard in this,
No. I
Or
think
is Lenny a horse?
Lenny is a horse.
or is
Who's the other guy?
Mike?
It's not Mike, but I
It's
went.
not Carl.
Yeah, that's where my
That's
brain
the
went
Simpsons.
to.
Yeah,
Lenny
Carl.
and Daniel. Lenny and it's an old Greg. Craig.
Lenny and Craig.
Lenny
of
and-
Lenny and Craig. I don't know, dude.
What's the quote from Of Mice and Men, like, where the title comes from? And everyone will fear him of mice and men or something.
I doubt it. I don't think so. It is funny to imagine the not letting one being a horse and being like, yeah, just think about the rabbits and then turning around to kick him in the back of the head.
Lenny's still a man and the guy whose name we can't remember is the horse.
Yeah, Lenny's a man.
Think about the rabbits.
Into the river. That's so funny as well because that means when Lenny, attacks all those people or whatever, the horse is going to come and be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'll do something about it. Don't worry. In the Great Depression,
legs.
Dude, in the Great Depression, you're waiting in your farm and a horse and a man turns up and the horse is like, hey, we just need a place to stay.
Yeah.
I'm saying turn the fuck around.
Oh, no.
What?
Like,
No, man and
Possessed horse.
No, but that horse, not only can it talk, but it can, like, play on my fields.
Oh, that's true. I could take it to the circus.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the money was in the Great Depression.
It was, dude. That's it. Great Depression hits, I'm starting a circus. God,
Yeah.
how do you start a circus?
Well, you're going to need this possessed horse.
You're going to need a possessed
yeah, but like
horse.
right now, if I wanted to start
You
a
need
circus,
a main attraction.
I got
So a
fucking
possessed
nothing.
horse.
Well, you got to get a main attraction.
Well, that's what I mean.
Couple of clowns.
No, but you, okay,
And
so
some
I
carny
can't
barkers.
just have clowns.
And some carnival barkers. Because you
roll
got
up, see a clown.
yeah. That's
where's first possessed horse? Right here, right now.
You need
$20.
You need the attraction first, and upon that is what we will build our great circus.
So for-
then we get the clowns.
Yeah.
Then we get the barkers.
Yeah, you just.
But what is our first one?
At the beginning, it's just me and a possessed horse.
So we get the possessed horse. Is like okay. Step one is we get that
Okay,
possessed
so
horse.
Step one,
Every
possess
step-
a horse.
okay.
Step one.
The way that you are now talking makes me think that after every step you need to put on a circus. You're like, all right, step one, I got a possessed horse. All right, time for our first circus, which will
Roll
be sad.
up, see
Yeah.
the horse with a ghost in it.
Well, that look.
You hold the circus after about step 5.
No. You guys, it's like a pre-circus.
Yeah.
A
You're
pre-circus.
You're pre-sale.
It's not a circus
You're
to begin with. It's
pre-entertainment.
just me
And a
It's
possessed
like
horse.
one little tent, and a sign that says, "See the horse possessed by the devil."
Yeah.
They come inside, and the horse says, "I'll kill you. I'll kill everyone you care about. I'm the fucking devil. I'm the fucking devil, motherfucker. I'll kill you alive. I'll eat you alive."
Whoa.
Why do we get the horse possessed by the devil? Why do we be like, hey, this horse it's a possessed horse.
Jesus, what's in hell? Jesus, what's in hell? I'll fuck your mother. I'll fuck your mother. And I'm just standing there like this.
And I can tell your fortune.
I'm really scared
Ah,
of the
God damn it, why are we going to get the evil one?
People are like shitting their pants in the front row.
$20.
$20, and then the
$20
next
to get
thing,
cursed by this horse.
the next thing I get is just clowns.
The clowns are there to distract
You
the
see the
evil
clown?
horse.
See the horse with the devil inside?
I'm a clown.
I eat a clown every night. I eat a clown every night. I live on their blood. I live on their blood.
Okay, so we gotta get a lot of clowns to feed our horse.
I'm chopping up clown bits to feed my horse. I'm like, this is not what I thought running a circus would be
I'm
like.
there looking at the books. God, we're going through so many clowns.
Well, yeah, man.
Jack, can we?
Those are in the stable with some hay. Like a brush.
Can we make the clowns last longer? Like, can we stretch out the clowns?
Dude, he's so hungry.
I know, my man, I know, but we're going through so much.
hungry.
Look at this column, it's all clowns.
Hey, devil horse, have you tried hay?
Don't come any closer. I'll eat your throat. I'll eat your throat.
Give me the hay, give me the hay. Make sure you're close to me. I want to eat your hand.
Brush me.
Okay. I'm the only one that's like, I've got the mental prowess to stay in the room with the horse for longer than 5 minutes. I don't like what it's saying, but
It's like going to
Hack it.
brush the horse and just like bites off your hands. Jack,
Bro, I don't know.
I have a problem.
Or as you
My
brush the
brushing
horse.
hands are gone.
Brush with your feet. Or like as you're brushing, somehow it's like making the horse bleed, but that's good. Yeah, we should. I love this.
Jack, I collected all the horse blood from when I was brushing it.
I don't
Can
know,
we sell
dude.
that?
Tip it out.
We could sell it. Maybe we feed it to the clowns.
Make some profit back. It's crazy clowns keep applying.
yeah.
Well, you know that circus,
There's no-
Jackson's Circus? A lot of clowns go in, not a lot of clowns come out.
I've got to see what the hype's about. Also, not a lot of jobs for clowns. So
No. Yeah,
Slim pickings.
As far as I know, there's one horse. What could we be doing?
juggling, I guess.
Suppose we do like a pre-show before the horse. I don't know. Strange.
Yeah. I think you've got to hire a clown butcher.
Oh no! Is it different butchering a clown than a regular guy?
It's a little funny.
Yeah,
I think
it's funny. Huh?
I think with decapitating human beings, you probably don't want to include another guy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a dark secret we keep between us because it's either us or the clowns. You know, the horse lives on clown flesh, and there's nothing we can do about it. But you got to do what you got to do in the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Needs must, you know?
Exactly. Needs must. Okay. So you make the Earth bigger.
So then the moon's not that big.
Okay.
And then I take the moon.
It is, I guess it would if you're growing in proportion to everything else. You're growing to match the gravitational
Everything
pull.
as big as everything else.
But
then it happens.
what? If you make everything as big as everything else,
But then
what happens to
But
the-
if everything
everything's
is getting
big.
big, though, but that means that everything, including the sun and including guess
No,
what? It hit the
I'm
moon.
just shooting Earth.
Are you making everything on Earth big or everything on Earth the same size?
No, everything on Earth big,
Okay.
but
okay.
as big as everything else in the sense of like it's times 1,000
But
big.
is it a
so this
thing-
card and me, different sizes.
Yeah.
For people listening at home, I picked up a card. It's
Right.
prop comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This card and me, different sizes. If
Yeah.
I times both by 1,000, we're big, but I can still pick up the card.
If you change the Earth's gravitational pull that much, do you actually want to be big or wide?
Huh?
Because like,
Why would I want to be wide?
Jackson, think who you're asking.
But also,
Look at
but
it.
think-
I
I
don't
know.
fucking know.
we got one brain cell barely between us. But imagine
Okay, the Earth's gravitational pull is.
just because it's so fucking
Yeah, what's
heavy.
the number?
Yeah.
What's the number?
I know gravity. If you imagine a flat piece of fabric,
Down. N, right?
you drop
Isn't
a
it N? Newton?
ball
Did
in
Newton
it.
do something?
then
Yeah.
stuff gets sucked into where the ball is. But if the bigger the ball,
It's denser, right?
the more the hole.
yeah.
Well, wait, no, hang on. Wait.
'Cause
if
I'm
you-
just
if you're making
thinking-
it big, though, you're not changing the mass. So you're
Everyone's extremely light.
actually, in a way,
Well,
right?
same way.
Well, yeah, but you spread over
yeah.
bigger. So
Oh.
now everything is.
I think when the moon hits your hand, it will go through your palm.
Well,
Because if you're not increasing the density, because you're not increasing mass, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, no, I probably would be. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
But
if
then
I'm
we're
using,
still-
but
You're
if
a
I'm
mad
using-
scientist. You
If
can
I'm
figure it
using
out.
like an
Yeah.
if I'm using a grow in the same way that
Yeah.
Gru has a shrinking ray,
Yeah.
that
Yes.
makes the moon light.
Yes.
Yes.
So if my
Yes.
thing makes it big, then it's gonna
Yeah.
weigh this. Its proportions are gonna go up.
Yeah.
But if he shoots it with a shrinking ray and then it's light, he's gotten rid of so much mass.
Yes.
So when you make
And then when it goes
when it
into
goes
my
big,
gun, and
Yeah.
then I put that. Yeah.
so then everyone's got mass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gravity will
happens-
be fucked up. Yes.
But then
Being
wouldn't the guy
wide,
have the same amount of mass as, say, like Earth?
What? No, because Earth's big.
Yeah, but if you're so big that you can
Grab the moon.
grab the moon in a
Yeah,
glove.
but for the Earth to
You're-
get
yeah,
that-
yeah. But you personally, or the human personally,
Yeah.
a human's going to have so much mass.
Yeah.
They will be very dense. Earth is going to be even denser. Yes.
Yes, that's true.
But humans.
Will we
and-
get our own gravitational pull? Yeah,
Yeah, well,
probably.
we all-
which is
we
good
all-
to catch.
but we all
catch the
do,
moon.
Yeah, but
right?
like it'll be like
I
a
know.
proper
It'll be
planet
more
one.
intense.
But then,
yeah.
but then everything around us is also. Have you made Earth's gravitational pull bigger than, say, the sun's?
Maybe.
I still
I
think
think
we
that's
ought to
bad.
be wider in this future.
Why wide?
Because if you,
You
go to
you
a
started
planet,
talking about gravity, which is fine, but then you never came back
Yeah,
to wide.
because heavier gravity
Mm-hmm.
means that there's more pull down.
Yeah.
So actually, you don't want to
Okay,
be
so
taller.
you're expanding the fact of like, yeah, so if there's more gravity, there's a stronger gravitational pull which pulls you down.
Yeah.
And there are some planets where if a human being
you
would
get-
step on, you get pancaked.
but-
so you are then applying that to cartoon logic, I guess.
You ought to be
No,
wider.
You are right, but thing is,
I am right.
I think so, but we're also gaining mass so that our own gravitational pull like counteracts it.
That's like
I
saying-
don't know physics, man. This sucks.
A man can't go to one of the planets we were just talking about where the gravity will flatten you just if they're very short but wide. It doesn't.
Might help.
No, it doesn't. Because that's.
They're stockier,
No, it's the whole thing
denser
is.
bones.
No! The whole thing with that is the gravitational pull is so hectic that it will crush us. Like our bodies wouldn't.
The gaps between our spines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
break.
like it's not that we're not wide enough to fucking handle it.
But at the
But
bottom
am I
of the
how?
sea,
Why would that help? And no, not at the bottom of the sea either.
You're spreading out the.
with the water pressure. Anyway,
That little fucking dumb boat that died,
yes. I remember.
visiting the other stupid boat that died.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
If they were wider, it still would have happened.
But what about those fish on the bottom of the sea floor that are really flat?
Like the blobfish.
Yeah, but their
different.
entire molecular makeup is different. Like those fish, you talking about the fish that apparently look good down underneath,
blobfish.
but
No,
then
I'm
when you pull
talking
them up,
about-
they look all fucked up, and that's
That
what
fish-
they
That's
look
just
like.
pressure. But
the bottom of the sea floor, a lot of fish are really flat. Because it's so much pressure.
Yeah, and you kind of spread it out so it doesn't.
Yeah, but
Spread
it's
it out
also-
if you're wider.
No, it makes sense. It's
I
kind
don't
of like,
think if a human being was wider, we could live on Mars. I admit
No.
that.
like if you're standing up.
That's
right?
a bad example. Mars, I think, is one of the chiller ones.
So it would be good to be wide.
Okay. So if you're standing up straight,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the gravitational pull rapidly increases,
Mm-hmm.
you will then be crippled because you'll be being forced down, and maybe
Yeah.
your brain goes into your rectum. I don't know.
Yeah. You shit your own brain.
Exactly.
Nice.
Whereas, say, if you were lying flat, because it's and we were designed that way, we
Yeah.
wider that and like that kind of thing, we would probably be able to survive a bit better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's good to be wide. Anyway.
However,
Yes.
what JD is doing by expanding the Earth, he's also expanding us. But I don't know if we expand proportionally in terms of like with mass and gravitational and everything. If that was also like everything is fine. I think it's a delicate ecosystem that is bad.
I don't think you should meddle with it.
No, I think it'll be chill.
But I think it's awesome that you are.
Yeah, and then when we get the moon, I can just shrink everything back down, and we just had a big day.
What would you do with the moon?
Sell it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Highest bidder.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Hey, the oceans are fucked up now. Who wants to buy the moon and fix that? You'll be a hero.
Yeah,
Well, I
true.
guess yes. You know, with
You have to give me X amount of dollars, but also not put me in jail. And if you put me in jail, I put a bomb in the moon.
That'll blow up the moon.
It'll blow up the moon.
you
Fuck.
don't want
dude.
that. All right. Well, okay. Look, I guess
Yeah.
instead of shrinking down the moon, we just embiggen everything.
Yeah.
Which is also a great idea. No, I had a different approach.
Yeah.
So what is the moon? Basically,
rocks.
Rock?
a big rock.
Yeah.
Now, what do we know defeat rock?
Paper?
Paper?
Correct. What is paper? Wood. I propose a big bat.
To bat it
So
to
what I'm
Earth.
going to do is I'm going to get a big bat and I'm going to bat the moon somewhere, secret it away. Maybe
Okay.
I'll construct something out of wood. Maybe let's see if I can come up with this as I'm talking like the horses. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a very large horse-like structure which I'm going to encase the moon.
Okay.
Maybe I'll build 2 of them. And then I'll send maybe several of them. Several of them. Send them away, and only I know where the moon is. And then I will ransom the moon for money.
So, okay, look, can I just lay out what your plan is as
Make
far as I
10
can tell?
Trojan
you
horses.
make 10 Trojan horse spaceships.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which are big enough to contain the moon.
I guess you
Yes.
you make a bigger ship to contain those so that they don't burn up or exiting the atmosphere. You wrap the moon up in one of them. I don't know why you made many. Oh, because then it's like, well, which one is it in?
But also, if there's 10,
Yes.
that could be bigger than Earth.
How big's the moon? It's like the size of Australia,
It's
yeah?
pretty big.
As far as I can tell, I feel like I can imagine a diagram of like Australia
What
and the
if
moon over
I...
it.
Can you...
No, I think it's a fine plan. We just need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, because you want to encase the moon in some sort of
Right.
wooden-like
Yeah.
structure, and then we want to transport that away, maybe using some kind of tow truck.
Okay.
And we need to hide that behind,
A planet? You're going to hide it behind... The only
Jupiter?
things in space... Okay, you hide it behind Jupiter.
You can't hide something behind a planet.
Why not?
Because planets move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be sitting there. Well, I guess it'll get caught in Jupiter's gravitational pull.
Yeah, so then
So
it'll
it
be
won't ever be behind. It'll be
orbiting.
And is your idea to put these wooden planetoids
Yes.
orbiting a bunch of different planets, or is it just like there's 10 orbiting Jupiter, and we're like, well, it's probably in one of them, or are you going
But
to
which
many
one?
different planets?
I think many different planets.
So have a horse moon orbiting every planet?
Including
Yes.
ours?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
So you've taken our moon and giving it to someone else at random. So I guess let's say you're then making 8, because then that's the amount of planets left.
Sure.
And we're counting Pluto because I respect dwarf planets.
Yeah, me too. He's a good guy, Pluto.
Yeah, even if it is just like a
He's
frozen
cold,
ice
but he's
core
awesome.
or whatever. Yeah.
And then you ransom it. You say, how are you getting it back?
Tow truck.
Okay,
Tow
yeah,
truck,
you got
yeah,
that
that's
space
fair
tow
enough.
truck. Yeah, radio.
What if? So we have the technology
liked it.
for all of this to happen.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
Yes.
what about if someone was like, "Oh, that's okay," and then they used the equivalent of like a big X-ray and scanned them?
Yeah, great question, because it is just wood.
And you should probably be able to tell.
Can you X-ray through wood?
Yes.
I think
I know they can't through lead.
Yes, that's true.
Wow.
lead horse.
Lead inside the wood structure.
Oh,
We just have
lead-lined
little
wood horse.
Lead-lined wood horse.
Lead-lined
Gotcha.
wood horse.
Lead-lined wood horse moon.
See, I was afraid because what beats wood?
Oh, scissors.
Well, scissors, but also fire. So that's a big hazard in space. I can only assume.
Well, there's not that much fire if you're away from the planets.
That's true.
And
away from the
And
sun.
the sun.
The
that
sun
guy.
is famously
Well,
fire.
if you don't go in the direction of the sun, you go
Oh yeah, so I can't go to Venus.
to the
or
Oort
Mercury.
cloud or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mercury, those are the ones.
yeah, it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter.
Hide them in one of the
Saturn.
gas planets, dude.
Yeah.
No one, you can't be bothered looking in there.
Oh, you know how we were talking about getting flat?
Yeah.
Going through the core of Jupiter, that moon. Okay, so you watch the horse go into Jupiter and you're waiting at the other side, and nothing comes out.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Well,
oh, must have been a portal, but it wasn't a
It's
portal.
just
Well,
exploded.
I'll go to Saturn.
Yeah.
That's a lovely, kind of flimsy light material.
Yes. Yeah.
And, I reckon wood can withstand that. And so we just go there.
Wait, what?
Saturn.
Oh, Saturn, the
Yeah,
material. I see. Yeah.
called
Okay,
planet.
Okay.
No, you're sending the horse to Saturn, the
yeah.
planet.
Yeah. Are you putting it in the ring?
What? Huh?
Saturn's got a ring.
Yeah, but
got a
Saturn's
big
not
ring.
that big.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
Is it the second?
Did you know it's either crocodiles or sharks are older than the rings of Saturn?
Yeah, I think it's sharks,
That's
man.
fucking crazy.
That is fucking crazy.
What the fuck?
I thought I braced myself to be like, you know, crocodiles or sharks are named after Saturn.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be like, did you know there's like an innate ability of either crocodiles or sharks whenever they
know
look
where
up, they
Saturn
always
is?
look
Yeah.
up to the rings of Saturn.
But instead, you just hit us with an actual normal thing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I think it's awesome that they made sharks and they were like, we don't need to improve on this.
These sharks, hey, they good where
That
they
works. We don't need to add anything or take anything away. This
And they
is
were
Which
good.
right.
shark is that? Though?
All of them.
I think it's just sharks
not
as a species.
all It
All
can't
of
like
them,
be
mate.
every
shark live today was alive before Saturn had a ring.
So
There are
every
those Greenland
every
sharks that are like
single-
500 years old or
That's
whatever.
what I'm asking.
But it's
Some
not.
of them
It's just
are
sharks
flat.
as a genus
Yeah.
of
So
animal.
a single shark has not evolved.
No, obviously sharks. You know how we're fucking apes, and there have been apes
I
for
hope
fucking.
we're not, Jackson.
There's been apes for thousands of years.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like sharks. The modern versions of sharks are an evolved form of the
The
shark.
proto
That's
shark.
actually not exciting then.
No,
I
but
thought
like,
it
as in
was...
the proto shark has not changed that much.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah, but
to the
who's the
modern shark.
proto shark?
Proto shark?
What do you mean?
Basically, a shark.
I think you're both saying different things and it's confusing me.
Am I? Are we?
I don't think so.
So we
So
have shark,
Jackson's saying
the genesis
sharks.
of shark.
Yeah.
and that
Jackson's
basically
saying-
like looks like the modern day shark.
Yeah, it has the features by which scientists can tell if an animal is a shark as opposed to, say, a dog.
Or a whale.
Yeah, and
Or a
then
dolphin.
that collection of identifying elements, which mean shark, has existed largely unchanged in its current form to today. And at some point in its life as an option for being an animal,
Yeah.
Basically,
Saturn got its rings.
yeah, basically, there's two sharks, and they're like, there's many different sharks, and the sharks are like, oh, look at that Greg shark.
Yeah.
He has a different fin, or like different sized teeth, or whatever. Should we fuck that guy
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, let's continue that? And then sharks went, no, we're
good.
pretty good. And
Some
then
animals
everyone
were
went,
like, I'm getting
yeah,
out of the
good
sea.
point.
And sharks were like, I think I've actually nailed it.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because what you just described is the slight evolution.
Yeah.
So they haven't evolved.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, not really.
But then, so no shark types have evolved.
Well, probably, yes, some have.
So then when I go and say, which shark do you mean? That means there must be a shark that hasn't evolved.
No. Sharks as a as a gender. It's like saying, imagine if I said apes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, apes have existed. This is not true for apes. But say it was true for apes. I say apes have existed as an option, as a kind of animal. And there are many different kinds of apes. And I don't mean chimpanzees or baboons.
You mean apes?
I mean apes as the sort of broad category.
See, I understand now why there are so many arguments about evolution is because the three of us are maybe the stupidest people on earth. And trying to explain, like, you know, the concept of this, which is like, I get it, but trying to either wrap my head around it can be a little confusing. And can be like, yeah, but what do you mean? Because if you're saying that sharks existed, but there's many types of sharks, so how could that be true? Therefore, the Christian God is the right God. I get it. I get how you can get to there.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'm not saying I have an issue with the fact. I believe that sharks have existed for as long as you're saying sharks have existed. What I was trying to get to the bottom of is the claim that they haven't changed since.
I think basically the basic form of a shark.
And then
Which
this
one?
is where
What's
the follow.
basic form? We're talking about a flat one. We're talking about a wide
this
one.
is
We're
what I
talking
mean.
about a little
Mouthful
one.
of, well, I don't know the identifying markers of a shark.
So there's no
And the genetic makeup of a shark, because that's how fucking animals work, okay? You can tell genetically why one animal belongs to this specific subfamily of animals.
You've done a much better way of explaining it now when you've been frustrated.
Well, sometimes
what
you got to get to that point.
What you were saying before wasn't answering my question, but that sort of
Genetically, sharks have stayed in the same basics. It's like with crocodiles, which is very similar. No, shut up. Hear me out. There used to be a crocodile that had much longer legs like a dog and ran, which is very scary.
You know what? I'm glad that when crocodiles gave the choice, they're like, we're not fucking, we're not fucking that one.
Let's not worry about that guy. He's scary.
I like that one.
But he was still a crocodile genetically. So crocodiles genetically, the crocodilian life form has existed. I don't know if that's the same with Saturn. They've existed a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Possibly longer than caves. One of them's longer than caves.
That rules.
Or
But a cave is just
maybe
a
that's
hole.
not true.
That really can't really be true.
What I think I'm thinking
The
of
moment
is
that
in
there
the,
was any impact with Earth, like any impact at all.
Yeah, I
here's a fun thing.
had it backwards.
Yeah,
I had
it's
it
like,
backwards.
define a cave.
They
Hole in
found
the
it.
ground.
The story is that they found a cave in the Appalachian Mountains,
Which is older than a
which is
planet.
older than life. Because they were like, why are there no fossils in this or anything? Oh, there was no chance.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would
hole.
use I would
Old hole.
old asshole, dude.
dude,
Kind of
no.
worthless in a way.
Well, yeah, there's no good shit.
There's
in
nothing
it.
to see. Yeah.
It's just well, I guess you get really really old rocks.
I think if you cracked into that cave, because it was like a pocket.
Yeah.
The moment you breathed in that air,
You
dead.
die.
Surely. That's old ass air. It's like the stuffiest a place can be.
Is the best thing instead of stealing the moon, like threatening to steal the moon? I feel like I know that Gru did it.
Yeah.
I know JD did it, and with my little Trojan horses,
I think
yeah,
you did
sure.
it.
But I'm like, if I just got a very large, say, like a pool, like
Q. Yeah.
yes, and I was like, I will threaten to knock it out of orbit.
I think it would be
Give me
hard
some
for
money.
them to stop you. So I think
I think with the
But
threat,
like,
though,
more like
with
threat
something...
because I'm assuming, Dr. Evil, $1 million.
yeah.
I'm like... The problem with threatening something that big is the threat has to remain forever. Because the moment the threat goes, you're going.
Yeah, you need to have that backup plan.
So that pool cue needs to be next to the moon the whole time, and you're like, give me $1 million, or I'm
I think it's
rocketing
awesome.
the moon out into space. And if they give you $1 million and then you remove the pool cue, then you get bullets in the head.
Yeah. I love a pool cue because surely it would hit orbit of Earth and then it would just start sweeping the solar system, knocking planets fucking akimbo.
Whoops.
Hey, sorry, I didn't fuck the moon up on purpose.
Yeah. Still owe me $1 million and I'll fix it. I can't fix
Just
it.
like slabbing satellites down. Oh, whoops.
We should do that. We should stick a big broom into space from Earth and just clean it because there's heaps of debris there.
Yeah.
Just hold it up there.
Just kind of sweep whatever
Yeah.
we can.
They're like, years gone by, the idea of like a space elevator.
Yeah, people still talk about that as an option of getting into space, which I never really. It seems dangerous.
It's like a cool idea.
Yeah.
But then it's like, the more space shit and debris we've got up there seems like bad.
Yeah, it
and
seems
would
like you're going to be
cause lots
halfway
of
up the
problems.
elevator and just see an old like Fox News satellite coming.
Hey,
for the-
what's or just like a screw,
Oh,
a tiny screw
yeah.
going 1,000,000 miles an hour,
Yeah.
going into my face.
I saw a thing the other day, which was like, this is a real plan that this architect has, which almost definitely it was just
Yeah, it would have
clickbait.
been fake.
But
Yeah.
it was, we get a meteor,
Yeah.
one that orbits Earth,
Yeah.
and then we build an upside down skyscraper.
Yes.
So that it was like they had like a map of the Earth, and they were like, in 24 hours, it will do a complete loop back to where it started. And they're like, you go to work because we're running out of space. You go to work, you get to the top of one skyscraper, climb a ladder into the other one, and then that takes you to like fucking the Amazon or wherever, Brazil, whatever you want to go. And then after 24 hours takes you back to
Meteor travel.
Meteor travel.
Imagine missing that one.
Oh, dude. Or being caught on the ladder between them and then not getting inside.
I think that would mist you.
Yeah, dude. I think you would become a rain on the people below.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen.
Would
Anyway.
holding to the outside of an aeroplane be fast enough to mist you, do you reckon?
I don't know. No, because I've seen a video of a pilot who
Oh, yeah, gets sucked out
he
the
gets
front
sucked
of the
out
yeah.
the front. He doesn't become just legs.
Yeah.
And the co-pilot holds his legs and he's like, I guess I'm just holding this man so we can bury him. And then when they land, they're like, oh shit, you're alive.
And he's like, damn. Bro, I have real bad frostbite.
Oh god, what you call like what's like intense PTSD.
Yeah.
And
I
then
can't
you
remember
fear
what
of
caused that.
flying.
I've got intense PTSD
I
and
think
wind burn.
Wasn't it a
unlike
bird?
It was like,
Wasn't it a bird that flew into the screen, like the
Maybe,
the
I don't know.
caused the hole, and then
Then he got sucked
or
out?
was it like a faulty something? And
I don't
yeah,
know.
the windscreen came off, maybe?
yeah, or there was a
But
definitely
the
that came off, or there was a hole or something.
the
and basically
co-pilot
he
was
he
maybe
got sucked
strapped
off
in
by
and
it,
the-
and
yeah.
then
Imagine
blocked
the
hole.
front windows coming off and both the pilot and co-pilot getting sucked out, and then just opening the door to check on them, and there's just no one flying the plane.
My favorite plane crash is one where the black box recording makes a joke about how before they take off, they've got to talk about the intimate dating lives of flight attendants
Yeah.
because like a year or two ago, a plane crashed because the pilots were talking about a flight attendant and who they're dating, and they weren't paying attention to something and crashed
Yeah.
the plane. And then by them joking around like that, they
That's
crashed their plane.
so
So that
funny,
black box
dude.
recording leaked anyway.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
think.
yes. What are you doing? How are you still on this plane?
So
plane,
you
by
get a
plane, I
plane.
mean.
How am I stealing this plane? Well, step one, and this is probably not necessary. Well, this is necessary. Step one, I buy a lot of land. I mean, a lot of land.
How, are we talking like a country?
Yeah, like a country size. Say I buy
country or
Australia.
small islands? Okay,
you
country.
know.
All right.
Then, however big the moon is, then I get a teleporter. Build a teleporter.
Uh-huh.
First thing I'm gonna do, real quick, I'm just gonna teleport myself there with a flag, plant a flag with my face on it, teleport back. That's just for if anything legal happens, I can be like,
Unfortunately,
it's my moon.
There's
Pretty
already a
sure
flag
there's
on the
always-
moon.
I get rid of their flags.
Yeah, there's no evidence of
No,
anyone.
but it's unoccupied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an unoccupied
Squatters'
territory.
rights?
Squatters' rights. Then I teleport the moon to my backyard. And bada bing, bada boom. No one's going to move it. It's too heavy. And I'm not sort of ransoning it or anything much. It's just like a talking piece.
And by like
A conversation
yeah,
piece.
And by backyard, most of Australia.
Yeah. I have a house up in like the top of Queensland.
Yeah.
And then behind me is
Yeah.
the moon.
Yep.
And people come around and they go, that's interesting. And I say, it's the moon.
Would you believe?
Would you believe?
You know how we'd have no tides anymore?
Yeah. Is that the
And
moon?
a lot of human life is done.
Is that the moon? Funny story, actually. I teleported it to my backyard. I suppose it's not that funny a story.
Anyway, thank you for coming to visit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically my plan. It's simple, but I think it works.
I think the best plans are the most simple one. And
Yeah.
with a teleporter, with like a big enough backyard,
Exactly.
You could have that
What?
moon.
The only thing that I can
And-
see, yes.
I was gonna say, well, you actually probably don't even need like that much land.
Yeah.
because it's like the moon's a sphere.
That's
right?
true, that's
and
true.
There'll be one little point
Yeah.
of that.
Well, maybe
where
I'll
you
have-
could have it, so people could be living under the curve.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have a little
that moon.
plinth.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
says the moon.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'll just rest the moon on top of
And
it.
then people
smart.
can live in the shadow of the moon.
Exactly. And I just, that's my moon. I own it, and I can look at it whenever I want.
There's my flag.
I'm going to
Yeah.
launch
It's in my
Operation
backyard.
60s America when you do that and try and nuke the moon.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Same reason they almost did it in the 60s.
To piss off Russia?
Yeah.
Scare Russia? maybe?
Russia's not going to care, dude. It's my moon. I'm going to care.
Yeah.
You piss off me.
Yeah.
I say, why would you do that? You could come and look at it.
Dude, I was worried you were going to win the space race. So I'm nuking your
It's
moon.
a space race, what, just a walk to the moon now?
Yeah.
I guess it's dangerous to have it on a plinth because it's so small. It's
Yeah.
easy to imagine the moon just tipping,
Crushing you.
rolling.
My backyard.
Rolling over my house and then into the ocean.
Yeah.
Floating away.
What would happen if something that big rolled?
Into the ocean?
Could it roll?
Yeah. No, actually.
Yeah.
Because it would be too tall.
Oh, right.
And therefore, like, gravity.
Gravity would
Yeah.
be just sucking it right down.
Yeah. Do you think that there would be there's any danger in
yeah.
instantly teleporting something of that size and mass?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We talking like cartoon logic or science?
Well,
Once again, I can bullshit enough to answer one of them.
Yeah.
The second one, I'm not clever enough to answer that, but I would assume bad.
I kind of imagine it would, because I know that the orbit of like the moon and Earth and the sun,
Yes.
they're like precision perfect.
they're
It's like if you're out by a
Goldilocks or
couple of
whatever.
centimeters, you're fucked. And I feel like adding that much mass to Earth maybe would just suck us
Yeah.
just enough into the Earth's gravitational pull.
so
I mean,
how-
the sun, sorry, that we're just gonna.
Yeah, how big is, you were saying, because we don't know, how big is the moon? You were saying about as big as Australia, right?
Yeah, so
Now, remind me, I guess, I mean, jury's still out,
Yeah.
but like, how big was that meteor that took out them dinos?
yeah,
Was
Smaller
was
than
it
that.
smaller than
it
that?
would have been smaller than Australia.
I think it's the same size. No, wait, no, that's the movie.
It's like the
Don't
size
Look
of a
Up.
bay.
And yes, I understand. As a meteor, it's coming in with force.
It's
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot with force, and like that's what's causing
Yeah.
that like impact there, of course. But there's like a lot of mass there. But like introducing heaps of mass at one point
In one moment?
in one moment.
I don't know if it's gonna. I think it might knock us
Something-
into the sun,
bad
Sure.
might happen.
but I don't think it'll be straight away.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
we might not realize for a bit.
You'll definitely, I guess the Earth axis might be off kilter a bit,
Yes, but that's what I'm worried about.
and then rather than a lovely circle,
we
Yeah.
start going
start
cuckoo bananas,
kind
bro.
of,
Yeah, like spinning an egg.
If you knew you had a week left until Earth hit the sun,
Yeah.
how would you spend that week?
Is it a week? Because I'm like, sure, the sun, but I'm like, there's atmosphere's going to
Well,
burn away.
yeah,
but
sure.
like, so it's
And
like
also,
a
like-
week until we're all dead.
Yeah, because if it's like a Don't Look Up situation versus I don't know why I went to Don't Look Up. There's
No,
plenty of
yeah.
movies. Or fucking Seeking a Friend at the End of the World
Yeah.
situation where it's like or Melancholia. There was
Yeah.
lots to go to. there.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah,
That's my
drugs.
answer. How am I
do you
getting
reckon?
them though?
What do you reckon is the
And Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Yeah.
Who's that actor that's in?
Steve Carell?
Will
No,
Forte?
Rob. You were closer than Steve
Yeah.
Carell. Oh, actually, no. Steve Carell's in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
No, Rob Corduroy is doing heroin with his wife and kid.
How long do you reckon? That's awesome. How long do you reckon is the perfect amount of time to have left on this earth? Because
A minute.
I think
Less than. Now.
No.
A second. Don't let me know.
no, because I think,
Brap, two in the head. I don't want to say coming, Jack.
but I think that untethered, last nothing matters anymore. You want to enjoy that a bit, but also you don't want too long.
No.
I think if it was a month, that's terrible.
Yeah, because some people would go early.
Yeah.
Because I think, again, this is a movie we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure that exact thing happens in Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, where they've got 6 or 8 weeks,
Yeah.
and
it's terrible. It's too long.
at the start, people are just like, there's like a
Riding.
weird mix of like people being like, well, okay,
Yeah.
and then other people being like, well, I'm starting my End of the World party now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's too dangerous. And it's enough time that I could return a little bit to normalcy, where I'm like, well, I've still got to shit and
Yeah.
have a bath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to keep up some stuff for that time.
Yeah, it's terrible. A week, I think, is good, or 3 days. One weekend.
Whoa.
One weekend
I think
is
one
perfect.
weekend.
Friday morning, hey, Earth's blowing up Monday morning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're like, brother, I got 3 days to go fucking
I
crazy.
got 3 days to die.
Yeah. Because like nothing will happen. So like, no one will go to work, presumably.
Yeah.
Money is meaningless.
Yeah.
Everything is either, neither nor closed nor open.
Yeah.
It's broken into.
There would
Absolutely.
be.
You can't go anywhere unless your car is, say, you have a car and
Yeah.
it is, say, full of petrol.
Yeah.
Because presumably you ain't going to be able to fill up
No.
because that's
Well,
going to be torn to
Here's
shreds.
what would probably happen.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a conspiracy way, just because it would be total
Yeah.
global
Anarchy.
anarchy. Governments would try and suppress it somewhat so that society stays
Stable.
governable just in case
We
it
do
doesn't
figure
happen.
something out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they lied to us, and then, like, as I beautifully hope, within a minute to spare, we're like, hey, what's that? And then we're gone.
Yeah, that's the dream.
We're gone. I'm like, oh!
No, I want that I want the 3 days.
I love Zammit saying, what's that? Like he's forgotten why we're partying. What's that? The comet. Oh, yes.
No, if the government kept everything
Oh,
from
I
us.
see. If it was a big
It's
secret.
a big secret.
Yeah.
The weekend, all the government officials there sweating. But, average Joe Dickhead is here being like, oh, yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'll have a bit of a sleep in.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'll go out for brunch.
I keep thinking.
And then Monday morning rolls around, I'm like, oh, what's that?
Gone.
Gone.
Eradicated.
Yeah.
No time for thinking.
I keep thinking about if I knew I had like the whole weekend. They're like Friday morning, they're like, it's coming. And then like, I don't know, something stopped. Like I got stuck in the toilet or something.
You miss it?
Yeah, I'm like,
no.
well, okay, I'm going to take a quick shit in this construction site porta john because I want to get, I've got the rest
I
of
want
it.
to see.
I want to see
wanna
it.
see it.
I close the door, walk in, and I'm like, dunk, 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 and I can just hear the anarchy happening outside. Hey,
And then
Let me out. Tips
Nothing.
over.
oh no! Well, I was imagining Friday morning, and I've got till Monday.
no.
So I'm just in there hearing everyone else having this great chaotic time.
you're covered in shit.
Let me out. Hello? Gone.
Yeah.
But then also it's 3 days, so you just be like, well, whatever, it's coming.
Oh, yeah, you think being locked in a toilet for 3 days would be fine?
Well, no, but I know it's going to be over pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this is bad now, but soon it'll be nothing. It'll be zero.
I definitely want to watch the comet hit.
Yeah, dude, me too. It'll be very exciting and then very scary.
Yeah. I think that in a situation like that, you probably go post-fear.
Yeah. You just...
I mean, I guess, like, we have evidence of, like, what I guess this would be like of, like, if we give someone the electric chair, like, what's happening right before you, like, ooh?
Yeah, very true. Some people take it like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are less calm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just there, while you're screaming at the car. How dare you piece of
Son
shit.
of a bitch, don't kill me. And I'm in the toilet like, what's happening? Is it the comment?
Yeah.
They pull the lever and somehow they fucked up the wiring and it's the toilet's
Oh! How could this get worse? How could this get worse?
Electrocuted with the smell of burning shit around you.
Then they just like stop it. They're like, something's wrong with it. I'll try again. Oh my god! Why is this happening? That's awesome that it went from. In that scenario, I just got trapped in the porta potty separate. That was just a thing that happened in my day.
Yeah.
That's me calling you guys, being like, I can't come into work. I'm trapped in a. It happened.
Yeah. I got trapped in a portaloo and accidentally given the electric chair.
But I'm okay. But it does really hurt.
And I stink.
I
It's real
stink like
bad.
baked shit.
It's real.
Yeah.
Really good methods to steal the moon,
Absolutely.
I reckon.
I think
100%.
so.
Yeah, I think we.
No misses, all hits.
Yeah.
Drew
100%.
stands no chance against us.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hope that the damn beaver is happy with the answers.
Yeah, I hope we did exactly what you wanted to.
Yeah, I fear, Gru might have us beat with being quick with his shrink ray,
Yeah.
but I think with the teleportation, I reckon you probably beat him to the
Oh, yeah,
punch.
absolutely.
We just make
yeah.
his shrink ray too big to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You make your shrink ray big, I teleport him into space.
Yeah, and he
And
does.
Zammit encases him in a wooden
And I
coffin.
just, or you just get a bat.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
beat the shit out of him
Nature's
in
oldest
space.
technology.
Yeah. Well,
Perfect.
on that note, I've been Joe.
I've been Jackson.
I've also been Joe.
And we're coming for you, Gru, you motherfucker.
Better watch out.
You're dead.
I'm telling the tax man about your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to kick shit.
Yeah, dude.
Do I want a Coke first or a water first? Do I start?
Eternal question.
It is the classic, it's the douche's dilemma, they call that.
That douche's dilemma.
I didn't need 2 drinks. It's just I was going to get a water.
And
And then I saw the Coke, and then I was like, but I should drink more water.
Yeah.
But I've had heaps of water today already.
You can have some Coke.
A little bit of Coke. It's healthy for you.
Yeah.
Good for your T-zone.
Good for you. Yeah, Coke's great, dude.
Hey, dude, look at the fucking.
See?
Huh?
3.4.
And. Oh, wait. No, it's not this. It's
5. 4.5 versus 3.5 Okay.
Showing me
Five.
that.
Thanks, man.
No. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what drink it is.
Nice.
It's something that you'd expect to be really good. Has
Orange juice?
Yeah, juices are pretty
All
bad.
fucking juice is bad. You look at the fucking sugar content of a Coke,
yeah.
Coke, and look at the sugar content of like fucking OJ.
I think I was thinking of feta cheese, which has a 0.5.
That's awesome.
No, because it was just like a thing of like.
No. I'm just.
Yeah.
Do you get what
Coke
I mean?
v feta.
No,
I get it. It's just very funny to get
feta and Coca-Cola.
No, I actually got feta and water.
feta and water mixed up. It's just that's throwing me. That's all.
That's awesome,
you know,
dude.
It's good
It
shit.
might have also been juice. Anyway, look, there was like Coke's. Regular Coke has a 0.5 as well.
Yeah.
But Coke Zero having 3.5 feels like that's the
wrong.
most obvious sign that it's a scam.
Yeah. Oh, zero sugar.
No sugar, and there's poison that's in it's actually good for you.
Yeah, dude.
They fill this one with the good poison.
Yeah.
dude.
That poison.